Yo, what is up, y'all? In this video, I wanted to talk about Sigma males and which JoJos are Sigmas. Now, first, let's get what being a Sigma means out of the way. Now, I used to think, oh, Sigma? Bro, that's from Mega Man. But, you know, I was being dumb, you know, I was like, well, that's what I first thought when I first ever heard, like, Sigma. I was like, Sigma male, like, bro, that's from Mega Man, bro. But, no, a Sigma male is, according to, you know, dictionary.com, you know, my sources tell me, you know, I hacked into the mainframe, my sources tell me that a Sigma male is a slang term used in masculinist subcultures for a popular, successful, but highly independent and self-reliant man. Another term for Sigma male is a lone wolf. Sure, I don't know about lone wolf, maybe lone wolf, yeah, I can read really well, yeah, I already know y'all can tell. I would say, like, an Urban Dictionary, it says, like, oh, one step above an alpha male, someone who's independent, successful, popular, and self-reliant. Yeah, that's like the opposite of a simp, almost, kind of, you know. Someone who, you know, treats women. Well, actually, a Sigma male doesn't really treat women bad. I guess that's, like, kind of, I could. I'm not sure, you know, the Sigma males, please educate me on your culture, you know, of being a Sigma male, but, you know, it just, like, I'd say just, like, an alpha male, but, like, self-reliant, independent, successful, maybe. But we're gonna be talking about the main JoJos who are Sigmas. You know, I don't think a Sigma has to be a male either. I think a Sigma can be a woman too, or anybody, to be honest. So it can be anyone, and we're only gonna be talking about the main JoJos. So part 1, Jonathan Joestar. Is Jonathan a Sigma male? No. Jonathan is successful. I'll give him that. Self-reliant. I mean, he does do stuff on his own sometimes, and he not gonna lie, he was like a gentleman. He was a gentleman, but at the same time, he wasn't. Like, I remember when he fought for Arena, he was like, I'm not doing this because I know her. I'm doing it because I would do it for anyone. Like, that could be Sigma, but like, self-reliant, I don't think he's self-reliant. He got a lot of his powers from training, from learning under someone else, and then that person gave him their powers or whatever, you know, gave him their own powers. He does go into fights, like, alone, trying to, like, he sacrifices himself too, so, but Sigma, I don't know if he's, like, Sigma, you know, I don't know if he's a Sigma, per se. Alpha male, I don't know, like, maybe, he just seems like a nice guy, you know, he's like a cool twink, you know, he's like, kind of like Deku, but like, Deku's like a twink, well, I guess later he becomes like a bruh, but, like, Deku was a twink for a minute, but like, Jonathan Joestar was like you know, a buff, cool twink, you know, he was a Jojo twink, so that's like a different ballpark. But Sigma, I don't know if Jonathan's a Sigma. I'm gonna have to say no for Jonathan. After Jonathan is Joseph. Okay, Joseph is really successful. He becomes, like, pretty rich. He's a really successful guy, you know. And he got married, sure, but, like, he had a kid. He was bagging all these other girls as well. I mean, he bagged Josuke's mom. Just like, no, even Mariah was calling him, like, yo, you're old, but, you know, you can still get it. So Joseph is definitely bagging girls, so that could go towards Sigma, or you could see it as, like, Sigmas don't care about girls, you know. You could also see it like that, they just don't care about that goal. That's a distraction for them. But, you know, I guess you could say that, like, Joseph was a bit distracted, not gonna lie, but he is a self-reliant person. I'd say he does rely on himself and his own wits a lot. He's kind of stubborn as well. Sometimes good, and that's good, but sometimes it's also like, bruh, come on now, don't be a bruh. But he is successful and fairly independent, but he's not super independent because he also got taught by Lisa. Yes, he was being like a bruh, but he still did get taught by her. So, is Joseph a Sigma? I don't know if he's a Sigma. I mean, you could either go maybe or maybe not, to be honest. This is it. He could go both ways. He's bisexual. He can go both ways. And after Joseph is Jotaro Kujo, man. That man is definitely a Sigma. Do I even have to explain why Jotaro is a Sigma? Like, do I even have to explain, like, come on now, it's Jotaro. Like, of course the guy's a Sigma, you know? When I think of, like, Sigma, when I first, like, saw this idea, like, I was like, bruh, like, of course he's a Sigma, like, of course, you know, like, it's Jotaro. He was the first person that came to mind for Sigma, you know? So, Joseph, yeah, he's definitely, like, a Sigma male, yeah. After Joseph is Josuke. Josuke, Sigma male? Josuke isn't really self-reliant, and he kind of saw girls as a distraction more so. Like, Josuke's, like, successful. I wouldn't say he's, like, that successful. He's a high school student, you know, and I don't remember seeing anything after that about Josuke afterwards. You know, I don't know about that. Rohan, I'd say he's kind of a Sigma in a way, but Josuke, I don't know, man. Self-reliant, sometimes he's self-reliant, but sometimes he's not. I guess he's popular, sure. Successful, he's not. He's a high school student. I guess I just wouldn't say he's like a Sigma man. Like, I just don't see Josuke as being like an alpha man kind of person. I just don't see that. You know, that's just me. He seems like just like a regular teenager, you know, a nice guy. But he's also like determined. Like, he's a cool kid. I love Josuke, but I don't think he's a Sigma. After Josuke is Giorno. Giorno's not distracted by women. He's not distracted. First of all, he's 15, so okay, you know, whatever. But he's not distracted by women. He is really successful. He is also kind of, you know, I wouldn't say he's really self-reliant, because I feel like in Jojo, he like pushes his teammates to do better, which is why I like Giorno. You know, he wasn't just like Jotaro where he just comes up out of nowhere and just like, alright, I'm gonna win now, because Jotaro did that most of the time. Don't even cap. He did that most of the time. That's not bad. I'm not saying Jotaro's not lame for that. No, that's fine. That's good and all. But, like, I like that Giorno was, like, a different take on that, where he actually did try to push his teammates, and he was more of, like, a team player, you know? Sometimes he would, like, sacrifice himself in the moment so his teammates can do it because he believed in his teammates that much. I thought Giorno was cool in that regard. So I wouldn't say he's self-reliant. And independent, kind of, but not really. So, like, yes, if he needs to be, like, he is when he needs to be, but he's not when he doesn't need to be. He really is, like, a balance between it. So, Giorno, self-reliant, no, not really. But I'd say, even though Giorno doesn't have, like, some of these, like, characteristics, I'd still say, like, Giorno is a Sigma. I mean, he's literally, like, bruh, like, he runs the mafia now, like, come on now. And like, when you see Giorno at the end, like, there's no way you don't think, like, Giorno could be a Sigma, like, he feels like a Sigma to me. He gives off the vibe. It's more than just characteristics with Giorno, he just gives off that Sigma vibe. So, I'll give it to Giorno. After Giorno is Jolyne. Jolyne, I mean, I'd say she definitely, like, changes. Like, at first, no, she's not a Sigma. And to be honest, you can say that about a lot of the JoJos. Like, Jotaro wasn't really like how he was at first, but he did change. Jolyne is like that. Whilst Jolyne is more, like, at first she was being a bruh, you know, but later, she just started adapting that mentality. That Kujo mentality. Where she started becoming a Sigma, not giving a shit. Like, kind of like, but she also was a team player like Giorno as well. You know, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, she believed in her team just as much as Giorno did. I felt like Jolyne was cool in that regard as well. But she was fairly self-reliant. She was like that. You know, even when Hermes wanted to help her. Hermes, whatever they call, whatever, however you pronounce her name. She wanted to help her, and Jolyne was like, hey, I don't know about that, bro. You know, she was like, maybe not, you know, because she was ready to be self-reliant and independent and do it on her own, because she felt as though it wasn't really Hermes' responsibility, because it really wasn't. But Hermes was cool. I want to make a video on her soon too. She was such a W character. I feel like she's never talked about as much, but Jolyne, I feel like Jolyne does and could be a Sigma. I wouldn't say successful. I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know. And she did kind of like get, like, the ending for Stone Ocean was like, but I mean, successful, maybe not. Maybe not. I would say. But Jolyne was cool. She was cool. I would say she's like kind of like Josuke in a way. Like, she could be, but also couldn't be. Not Josuke, Joseph. But I'm leaning more towards like 70% she could be a Sigma and 30% maybe not. So that's where I'm gonna put Jolyne. After Jolyne is Johnny Joestar. Johnny Joestar, man. Oh yeah, he's a Sigma. Yeah, I'm gonna say that right now. Johnny Joestar is definitely a Sigma. He gives off the vibe. He just feels like it. Like, it's Johnny Joestar, bruh. Like, come on now. He's like, first of all, like, the dude is like ready to kill. Like, he would do anything to further his goal, and I felt like that weird determination that felt kind of ruthless in a way. Because yes, he was ruthless, but he still cared about Gyro. You know, he still cared about some of these people. He wasn't heartless, but he was ruthless. You know, that may not make too much sense, but that's how I felt about Johnny Joestar. Sigma, I'd say he is. I mean, I don't really remember him being distracted by anyone like that. The bug bite fetish is a little weird, sure, but I mean, that's fine. I'd still say he could classify as a Sigma, to be honest. I think Johnny Joestar still classifies as Sigma. Just because of the vibe and his character. Successful, I mean, sure. I mean, but I don't know. I'd say Johnny is definitely like a Sigma, to me at least. But after Johnny is Josuke from Part 8. Tell me in the comments down below if you think Josuke is a Sigma. So far, like, maybe. I mean, thus far from what I've read so far, maybe. I really can't say for sure. But tell me in the comments below if you think Josuke's a Sigma. And Jojo, maybe. I mean, I don't know anything about that guy either. I know the plot, and I read some of the first chapter. But I mean, I can't say for him either. I mean, I don't know if anyone can really say for him yet, because he's like, that, you know, Jojo Land is still really new, so, I don't know about Jojo or Josuke. Tell me in the comments below what y'all think Josuke would be, if he's a Sigma or not, but that's gonna be it for this video, y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Promise I'll wait for your babe. Even though you've been fighting your feelings and acting some type of way. You tell me I should forget about you and I care about your face. But I tell you again and again that forever this won't go away. And though I've been gone on this road, you tryna tell me all of the things you don't realize I already know.